Let's talk about Donald Trump being rushed to Walter Reed for his semi-annual or the fifth or sixth time, and which has a lot of people like buzzing. But what is also most interesting about this last visit is that we're seeing the White House press, according to Aaron Parnas, get upset that the mainstream media are finally actually talking about him falling asleep regularly because he's falling asleep in front of them. And it's okay for us independent journalists or us regular folks to joke and share memes and videos of him falling asleep. But the fact that it's getting to them, the fact that they're upset about it, that they're doing this thing, according to Aaron Partners, where they're taking pictures of members of the press when they blink to kind of say like, oh, how do you like it? You're falling asleep. That exposes a weakness, and a weakness that we've already known existed. And they've said that authoritarians, one of the things in the history of authoritarianships, what makes them fall apart is the ridicule and when people make fun of them, because their whole identity, their whole embodiment of control rests on them looking strong. And you know the MAGAs love that strong feel. And so the fact that they're so upset about this, people always said in the past, keep making fun of them, humor, laughs, or, jokes. And the jokes, they can't stand it. And that's why there's a war on people like Jimmy Kimmel. And he did that stupid meme on Stephen Colbert when he threw him in the trash. All that stuff is that the comedians, the people that makes them look small, pisses them off the most. And so this is a door opener for us, because I've often talked about on this account, I'm JJ Legal, I monitor the lawsuits filed against the Trump administration, those the Trump administration filed against others, to give you a sense of calm, to let you know that the courts are working, right? That's my spiel, that's what I do. And I owe you 2 weeks of legal L's, by the way. And I have a couple other videos in the tank, but I have to do my newsletter. I have my daughter, I have to get her to graduate. She's graduating next Friday. There's so much to do. And I got to do stuff for my mom, so I'm busy, really, really busy. But I did want to pop in here with some gossip and tea, because I often talk about unforced errors. And the unforced errors I tell you all about is 3 unforced errors. The first one is obviously DOGE. Like, that was a mess. All that was Elon trying to get out of these investigative and try to destroy the agencies that were coming for him, like Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, for example, and paying Donald Trump a whole bunch of money so Donald Trump will give him the keys so his dumb boys can use like stupid, like cut and paste and buzzwords to go dismantle agencies, fire people. And right now we're seeing the output of it. There wasn't a lot of cuts. They're rehiring, everybody's rehiring. And the senators are seeing the impact, and the community is seeing the impact of the cuts, because there were stupid cuts. They were like a sledgehammer when the scalpel was needed. And that man knows nothing about America, because he himself was an illegal immigrant at one point. His brother said it on stage. They were undocumented. He didn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Anyway, that was unforced error number 1. Unforced number 2 is the tariffs, because Donald Trump, for some bizarre reason, Peter Navarro, who's also like, I don't know how old, 70, they are living in an era, or in their minds, a version of the United States from the Gilded Age, the 20s or 40s or whatever, when we were the center of everything. But the world has moved on. We're a global economy. We're not the center of anything anymore. AI, automation's a thing. We all rely on each other, but for some reason they insist on the American exceptionalism. Think we're the center. We're no longer. Donald Trump's made sure of that. I don't know if he really is a Putin puppet, but we're ceding that role to Germany, to China, to other countries. That was unforced error number 2. And so we see the impact. The cattle ranchers lost all of their customers to Australia. The soybean farmers, China was like, we're going to go elsewhere. Factories closing, companies closing. We are feeling the impact of the inflation, increased costs, and that's causing his approval rating on economy and everything to go down, and it's impacting down ballot the Republicans, because they're the ones that are allowing him to continue to do this, because they're still scared of him. They're scared of MAGA, because the MAGA is violent. MAGA is just violent. They just are. They're violent people. They're angry. They're upset all the time, and they're just dangerous, and they're scared of them. And Lisa Murkowski told us from Canada, from Alaska. And so that was unforced error number 2, was a stupid tariff policy. And the 3 obviously is the Iran war. John Kerry told us that Bibi Netanyahu had tried to get 3 previous U.S. presidents to help him fight Iran. I think probably George, maybe Obama, Biden, maybe Bill Clinton. I don't know. And of course, Trump is so easily assuaged, so easily like molded and manipulated, and he did it. They had so many different reasons for trying to go in. freaking Marco Rubio is talking about preemptive strike. That was the stupidest one. We're going to try to annihilate their nuclear program, but you told us you did it last year. And then you're like, okay, we're going to make sure we stop their uranium reserves, but they still have control of it. Okay, we're going to stop them from, we're going to have them open up the Strait of Hormuz, but the Strait of Hormuz was open before you attacked them. So it's a failure. And we're losing our warship, our tankers. They're fighting a Cold War era type of war. So they have this tanker ship. They think they could decapitate the head, the what's his name, the Shah, not Shah Iran. Yeah, they think they can take him out, and that's the end of it. Like, that's what they've done in the past, but that technique doesn't work anymore. And it's not going to work in Iran, which is sectarian. They have different like leaders all over the country doing different things, and so they're essentially fighting 10 different wars with 10 different generals, and they're fighting people with drone warfare and then landmines. And we don't have a landmine sweeper because the landmine sweeper was in the southeast because they didn't plan this. Why didn't they plan this? Because DOGE fired the Iran specialist, because DOGE offered the Iran specialist a deal, and they're like, we take it. And so now we're not prepared. The same way we're not prepared for the Ebola and for the Hunter virus, because they fired all the CDC, closed up all the departments that help us with epidemiologist studies and the USAID. Again, DOGE strikes again. Unforced error number 5. I'm so mad that every single time there's a damn, what's that thing called? There's a virus or a pandemic on the verge. This fool is president every single time. Like, Lord God, please spare us. Let us, please, please, please. We can't have him at the helm. Please, please. So that's our focus for 3. And 4 is his stupid pet projects. That's all he cares about. So from the stupid bunker / ballroom, his arch, that's all he cares about. Putting his stupid face on park passes, the passport, the Institute for Peace, the Kennedy Center, on coins, on dollar bills. That's all he did all his life, was put naming rights. Trump is on everything. And all his failures, he got like about 50 different businesses. He's a serial failure. And so now, and now he has a super slush fund, and he has no policy. And every policy he comes up with, it's already been done. Like, what was the thing, RX? It was a Trump RX. It's like, we already had that. That's not new. And then he was talking about some Trump savings plan for kids. Hello, there's 529s. What the hell? And what are you doing for us? Where's your health policy? You said you had, in 2 weeks, you're going to have they have no policy whatsoever. And so that's the unforced era number 4, is all his pet projects, and forcing these damn Republicans that are, especially the ones that are vulnerable and seats that are now in play. We're seeing the flip in markets and jurisdictions where Trump won 5, 10, 20 points before. He's losing. Miami, they lost in Mississippi. They're losing in Texas. And it's not looking good. And the Republicans that are resigning rather than face this fight, they see the writing on the wall. And all of that is because they're scared of MAGA and they got to support Trump's bullshit. And Trump's bullshit is not good for the people because he's doing nothing for people. And folks are like making the incumbents pay by not voting for the incumbents. Like I said in the video, they're quiet quitting. So that is unforced error number 4. And then 5, and the 5th one is this: the fact that he insists he's a reality TV show president. He insists on showing strength. I have a Facebook page. For some reason, Facebook algorithms constantly show me those other stupid Facebook pages that are pro-Trump. I don't know if they're bots, but all the comments, they do 2 things. They're all the posts are about strength. Donald Trump is doing this, and he beat someone else, and he this, and Trump strength. And they coalesce around common enemies, like whether it's Hunter Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, like AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Omar, Hakeem Jeffries, Adam Schiff, whatever. The constant enemies. And all the posts are like, he got this person. They're like, yeah. So that's it. And their identity's based on him. So when they see him failing in health and we report on that, it's like it's a reflection on them. And they don't like that because that's all you have. And once you lose the health, when it's showing that he's not healthy, like all authoritarians, they're done with just the hate in people and it's consuming them. It's like Diet Coke. Diet Coke, which Donald Trump is notoriously empty in calories. There's no nutrients there. There's no substance. It can't fill you. It gives you a sugar rush because they're all about shock and awe, and you're like exciting but then there's a spike after the sugar rush. There's the thing, it bottoms out, And that's what we have. That's what's going on right now. And that's what the MAGA is starting to feel as we poke fun and show him looking weak and falling asleep. That's the plan, y'all. Share it. JJ Legal, each one teach one. Share this news so more people know.